So Chainsaw Man has come to an end for now. Yo, what's good, to boy the views and heavy spoilers for Chainsaw Man episode 12, the season finale, you've been warned. The episode starts off with Arky as he's being strangled by the snake devil, and as he's losing his breath, he flashes back to Himio, and Himio offers him a cigarette but then discovers that he's underage, so takes it back but promises to give it to him once he's of age. And then out of the blue, the snake devil slash ghost devil offers Arky the cigarette that Himio had, which not only surprised the blonde girl but also me as well. It looks like the ghost devil, despite being under the contract of blonde lady, still has the conscience and spirit of Himio. Arky casually climbs the snake devil and just decapitates his head with such ease. Finally, my boy Arky gets a win. Just when blonde-haired girl's about to attack Arky once again, Kobeni comes out of the shadows and puts a knife on her. And Kobeni has such a creepy face yet again. She always appears as this timid, quiet girl who looks really innocent and pure, but when she has to fight her enemies, she's kind of freaky and creepy. As an anime only, I get the feeling that she has some sort of Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde double personality. Arky asks Kobeni why she stayed at public safety. She hesitates and then says that it was all for the bonuses. But was it? I feel like Kobeni has an alternative reason as to why she joined the public safety, and it might have something to do with her devil contract. We don't know what it looks like or what its power is. Maybe she's trying to restore the power or something by getting close to Makima. Who knows, I'm an anime only. Meanwhile, Denji and Power inside the elevator, and Power munches on a zombie arm. And I feel like with this being the final episode of season 1, they're doing a lot of callbacks, like with the flashback of Himio and then Power sort of going crazy at them. Just like in episode 2, Denji boy confronts Katana Man, and the Katana Man wants Denji to pay for what he did to his grandfather. Denji tries to explain that his grandfather sided with the zombies and made a contract with them, but Katana Man is not having it. He doesn't want to believe it. I feel like he still sees his grandfather in such a positive light that he doesn't want his memory of him to be tainted by Denji's quote-unquote lies. But regardless, the two of them duke it out in an epic battle. And yeah, it was a pretty cool action sequence. A lot of the scenery reminded me of Spider-Man 2 and the Wolverine film, with Spider-Man and Dr. Octavius fighting on the train, and I think Logan was fighting against some of the assassins in the Wolverine. I feel like this action sequence of those two characters, Chainsaw Man and Katana Man, was a lot better than their previous fight. I feel like with Mappa, I just can't quite tell if what I'm seeing is CGI or super fluid rotoscoped animation, but whatever it is, it looks bloody brilliant to me. Although I would have loved the fight to have gone on for a little bit more. It looks like this is sort of the end of this arc with the blonde haired lady and the Katana Man, but we didn't get any like backstory in the Katana Man or like emotional moments with this dude. The battle just felt very anticlimactic in a way, but Denji confronts the Katana Man, he ties him up, and Denji's not satisfied. Katana Man killed Himio and he doesn't feel sorry for what he did to Himio. So Denji and Arky pretty much come together to kick him in the nuts, which is another callback to an earlier episode, episode 2. Arky is not keen at first, but then it's like thinking of Himio and it's like, yeah, I want some nuts kicking action too, Denji. Meanwhile, Makima has a meeting with one of the public safety officers, and he talk about why on earth did the blonde lady want Denji's heart so badly. And before they could get any information, she kills herself using her own powers. Again, I don't know why Kobeni's freaking out. Wasn't she about to kill her? Makima explains to the public officer dude that they managed to collect a bunch of the Gun Devil's flesh. They finally have some sort of location as to where the Gun Devil is, as the flesh of the Gun Devil is pointing into that direction. The dude asks where, but we don't know. It just cuts to Power, Denji, and Arky just chilling out in a new ending theme. Arky finally smokes a cigarette that Himio gave him. Meanwhile, Denji's fast asleep having a dream of when he was a boy. Apparently he has this same dream but then forgets about it the very next day. It's of him walking in some sort of alleyway, and he comes to a door and he hears Pachita's voice calling to him, and Pachita tells him to not open the door no matter what. I have a theory on this. I feel like if Denji opens this door, then maybe he will awaken the full power of Pachita and go crazy. A bit like with Naruto and that big gate covering the Nine Tails. If Naruto opened that gate, then the Nine Tails would have taken control of Naruto. But the post-credit scene is a girl walking through the city talking about Denji and whether or not he prefers a city mouse or a country mouse, and I feel like in my anime only brain, I feel like this girl's referring to herself himself as the country mouse and Denji is the city mouse. Maybe the two of them have very similar backstories. Maybe she's a family friend of Denji's from when they were young. Who knows, but we're going to find out for season 2. Overall, this season was pretty amazing, pretty good for the first half, but second half felt a bit anticlimactic. I was expecting a bit more, something a bit more dramatic to happen. I'll give this episode an 8 out of 10 and I'm going to give it a B+. What do you think of this episode? Tell me. Like for more anime reactions, reviews, comparisons, breakdowns, rankings and more. Bold to the view, signing out.